Dear students, I hope all of you are doing very well and revising your 10th science syllabus with a very energetic and in a very perfect manner. As you know that we were discussing about the topic life processes, and till now we had already discussed that to sustain the life on earth, every living organism need to perform certain basic activities like nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. All these activities are collectively known as life process, and in the same we had started to discuss in detail about the process of nutrition in humans. In previous class, we had discussed that basically nutrition is a process of utilization of the nutrient, and with the help of this process, we are able to release the energy in our body, and later on this energy is utilized inside the metabolic activity or chemical reactions of the cells of our body. So nutrition is a process. Basically it is an example of a life process in which we used to utilize the various nutrient commonly known as food, how we used to utilize the carbohydrate we used to eat, how we utilize the proteins, how we utilize the fats and so on. And later on, with the help of these nutrients, we used to release the energy, and this energy is utilized inside the cells of our body. In previous class, we had discussed that this nutrition is achieved with the help of digestive system present in our body. So this process of nutrition is achieved inside the human body with the help of digestive system. And in last class we had discussed about the structure of the human digestive system, in which we had discussed about the alimentary canal and digestive canal. In alimentary canal, different locations are there: buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, intestine and so on. In today's class, we will discuss about the functioning mechanism of nutrition. In today's class, we will discuss about the functioning mechanism of nutrition. When we used to discuss about the functioning mechanism, we used to say the process of nutrition used to get completed into the following 5 steps in human body. There are 5 major steps. First step is process of ingestion. Second step is process of digestion. Third step is process of absorption. Fourth step is process of assimilation, and fifth step is process of digestion. So we used to say that nutrition is an example of the life process in human body, in which we as a human being used to utilize the various nutrient commonly named as food, how we utilize the carbohydrate, protein, fat, etc. And with the help of these nutrients, we used to release energy in our body, and where this energy is required, this energy is later on utilized in the chemical reactions which used to take place inside the cells of our body. To understand the mechanism of the process of the nutrition, we used to say that this nutrition is achieved with the help of digestive system. So we need to understand the structure of the digestive system as well as the functioning mechanism. In structure, we used to say broadly divided into two parts, alimentary canal and digestive gland. In previous class, we had discussed about the structure of alimentary canal, buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, and the various digestive glands, salivary glands, gastric gland, liver, pancreas, and intestinal gland. In today's class, we are going to discuss the functioning mechanism of nutrition in human. The process of nutrition used to get completed into the following 5 steps. These are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. So now from these steps, it is quite clear for us that digestion is one of the part of process of nutrition only. Now we will discuss these process in details. Now, what is ingestion? We used to say humans are heterotrophic organisms. So, we used to intake the food in our buccal cavity. The process of intake of food is named as ingestion. So the way we used to intake the food in our body in the buccal cavity, that process is named as ingestion. Now what exactly digestion is? Breaking down of food particles. Generally they are solid in nature, but we will break down up to the soluble form with the help of physical processes and chemical processes. The process of breaking down of food particles up to the soluble form is named as digestion. So, digestion, it is the process of breaking down of solid food particles with the help of physical and chemical process up to soluble form, soluble forms. That process is named as digestion. So digestion is the process of breaking down of solid food particles with the help of physical and chemical process. In chemical process, various digestive enzymes plays an important role. In today's class, we will discuss about the important role of the digestive enzymes secreted by the different digestive glands. Now, immediately after the digestion, the soluble nutrient or the soluble food particles used to get entered into our bloodstream. That process is named as absorption. So absorption is the process in which soluble digested food enters from our small intestine into blood capillaries. How it used to take place, we will discuss in detail. Now, understand the mechanism. We had intake the food. We had started to break down the food by physical mechanism with the help of teeth. Then by the chemical mechanism with the help of saliva, with the help of gastric juice, with the help of bile, with the help of pancreatic juice, and with the help of intestinal juice. Once these food particles are converted into the soluble form, then we start to transfer these soluble forms from our intestine, small intestine, into blood capillaries, and this process is known as absorption of digested food. And once this food enters into our blood capillary, then we start to utilize it, and that process is named as assimilation. So assimilation is utilization of digested food with the help of liver. With the help of liver. How it used to take place, we will discuss in detail. And then the last step is adhesion. It is removal of undigested food by the process of defecation, removal of feces, that is defecation. So, in summarized manner, we used to say during the functioning mechanism of nutrition in human, we need to understand the 5 steps. These are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and adhesion. Ingestion, since we are heterotrophic organisms and holozoic in nature, so we used to intake the food particle. The intake of the food particles in our buccal cavity is known as ingestion. We can intake the food particles in solid form as well as in liquid form. Now, as soon as we used to intake the food particles, we start to break down these particles till what step we will break down? Till the soluble form. How we used to break down? With the help of physical process, with the help of teeth, and with the help of chemical process by the help of digestive enzymes. As soon as the food particles or the nutrients used to get converted into the soluble form, we start to transfer them from our small intestine into our blood capillary, and that process is named as absorption. Immediately after transferring the soluble nutrient into blood streams, we start to utilize them. The process of the utilization of digested food is named as assimilation. We are not able to completely digest the entire food particles, so there are certain undigested food particles and we used to remove it from our body. This process is named as adhesion. Now, we will discuss these 3 processes: digestion, absorption, and assimilation in details. Now, to understand the process of digestion in detail, we will try to summarize it with the help of this table, in which we will see that how this digestion used to take place at the different location of the alimentary canal. What is the nature of this digestion, whether it is physical or chemical? This digestion used to take place with the help of which types of enzymes, and what substance used to get formed due to this process. Now, very first location is our buccal cavity. Inside the buccal cavity, both type of digestions used to take, both nature of digestion used to take place, physical as well as chemical. Physical digestion used to take place with the help of teeth and tongue, and it used to form the powdered form in which saliva used to get mixed up. So the chemical digestion also used to take place inside the buccal cavity with the help of saliva, and it contains salivary amylase, which converts carbohydrates into sugar. Now, how question used to come into the board examinations? They used to ask, with the help of example, explain the action of the saliva on food particles. So we used to say, whenever we used to intake any carbohydrate food particles, the best example is bread. If we put that bread in our mouth for few minutes, then due to the action of salivary amylase, the carbohydrates start to get converted into simple form of sugar. As a result, we start to feel a sweet taste on the surface of our tongue. So, 1 mark question used to come, that with the help of example, explain the action of some salivary amylase. So, we used to say salivary amylase is secreted by the saliva. It used to act at the pH of 6.8 and it used to convert the carbohydrates into sugar. ये याद रखना है. Now, the second location is our esophagus. There is no digestion inside it. Okay. Food particles used to move from buccal cavity towards stomach with the help of esophagus. Inside the esophagus, peristaltic movement are present. In previous class we had discussed about the peristaltic movement. Questions बनते हैं बोर्ड में इसमें. What exactly they are? Rhythmic contraction and relaxation movement of the smooth muscles of esophagus, due to which food particles always move from our buccal cavity towards stomach, that are named as peristaltic movement. Now the third location is stomach. which type of or which nature of digestion used to take place inside it? Chemical. Now, this digestion used to take place with the help of gastric juice. With the help of gastric juice. The major component of gastric juice are HCl, pepsin, renin, and gastric lipase. Now, 2-mark questions used to come that explain the various component of the gastric juice and their action. So how the question used to come in board examination? Explain the component of the gastric juice and their actions. So we used to say gastric juice is secreted by the gastric glands present in the surface of the stomach. So inside the stomach, on the surface, gastric glands are present. Okay, so this gastric juice is secreted by gastric glands present on the inner surface or inner lining of stomach. Now, it contains HCl, pepsin, renin, gastric lipase as well as mucus. ठीक है, but 2 or 3 component हमें याद रखने होते हैं. The 5th component is mucus. ठीक है. Now, what is the function of HCl? Helps in activation of pepsin. It is released in proactive form. So, with the help of HCl, it used to get converted into the active form, which is named as pepsin. The pH of gastric juice is 1.8, acidic in nature, and to protect the inner surface of stomach, mucus is also secreted by the gastric gland. Pepsin, it helps in the digestion of protein. It helps in the digestion of protein. Now, renin helps in digestion of milk, and gastric lipase present in newborns, infants or newborns, helps in digestion of fats. ठीक है, तो देखो बेटा बच्चों, dear students, we need to remember the structure first: buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, and then intestine. Now, if we will start to see the process of digestion, we will see inside the buccal cavity, physical digestion used to take place with the help of teeth and tongue. Chemical digestion used to take place with the help of saliva, in which salivary amylase is present, which used to convert the carbohydrate into sugar. Inside the esophagus, peristaltic movements are present, which carry the bolus towards the stomach region. There is no digestion inside the esophagus. When the food particles reaches inside the stomach region, then gastric juice is secreted. The pH of the gastric juice is 1.8. It is secreted by the gastric gland. These glands are present on the inner surface of a stomach. It used to contain HCl, pepsin, renin, gastric lipase and mucus. HCl plays an important role in the activation of the enzymes. Pepsin. Pepsin help in the digestion of the protein. Renin helps in the digestion of the milk. Gastric lipase is present inside the infant and it help in the digestion of the fats, and mucus protect the inner lining. Now, how to remember the digestion? We need to remember the location, nature of digestion, whether it is a physical or chemical. This digestion used to take place with the help of, किसकी help से हो रहा है, and then what type of substance are used to get formed after this digestion. Now,